I'm going to say it.
What?
I think the Boom guys, the Costco guys, may have peaked.
You think AJ and Big Justice have peaked?
I mean, I've just noticed the last week or two a little slight come down.
In terms of what, though? Like
on the
numbers?
amount I'm seeing them on my algorithm.
Interesting.
You guys are still getting them?
I had a tweet earlier that was sent to me that made me laugh about the debate where it said, "This shit's a joke, man. Ask them if abortions get a boom or a doom."
That would have been better.
A
actually.
Boom or
would've been
Doom
pretty
segment
crazy.
would have been hilarious.
Yeah, Boom or
of like,
Doom.
let's just
Like
get into
rapid
pop
fire.
culture of like, all right, I'm David Muir. Welcome back to the debate. All right, now we're going to play Boom or Doom. Mr. President, you
Abortion.
said...
Abortion, Boom or Doom.
In the Middle East, boom or doom. How about a little of both?
Will you Boom or Doom January 6th? Donald Trump, your response. I'm going to follow up there. You didn't answer the question. Boom or Doom?
We're all doomed.
That guy Muir's got quite a delivery. He's just...
That guy was the winner of the debate.
He's a proper news guy.
I just imagine that he's
proper news
always
guy.
like, yes, I'll have the number 2 with cheese, please.
He does the ABC nightly news.
Yeah, he's like their, well said. He's like
Yeah,
their
I fucked all
main
it up. Yeah.
their main news guy.
He's good.
Yeah.
Very good at doing TV.
I had a stupid debate with my wife that I need to like. Either this is a good debate, a classic marriage argument where it shouldn't be something.
Argument.
It shouldn't be something we're arguing about.
Argument.
But we're married, so we're just gonna get into arguments. So, you guys ever have like you have a clock in your living room? You guys have any,
I just remembered what this is. He told me yesterday.
you guys
right,
have any
tell me.
classic clocks? Just a good old fashioned clock in your living room. I love it. We actually
Not a digital.
No, a digital clock.
But like,
Yeah,
what-
digital.
yeah,
I just
okay.
cut the cord from Comcast, so now we were like, our clock is gone in the middle of our living room, so we went out and bought a digital clock because we need. It's just we're both used to looking there for time.
Well, hold on. Looking where? I don't get where we're
And near
going.
my TV, like where the Comcast box used to be, was the time. We cut the cord of Comcast, so now
Gotcha.
we have no longer. So we replaced the Comcast
So you're looking at the
box.
TV, you look down a little bit.
right.
There's the
Oh,
time.
gotcha.
Every
Nice way to
morning, I'm
check.
like, am I late for work? It's like my
Yeah,
go-to.
he had a cable box with a digital timer.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
That's
and that's
old,
where he
dude.
would look for time, which
Very
is
old.
funny because for me, I don't have any clocks. I just have my phone.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
old
Or
was that
a
cable
watch.
box?
Yeah.
Because
Maybe old, I
man,
don't know.
that like
That was a long time
That
ago.
feels
that
like
they
my
stopped doing that.
childhood.
Yeah.
I mean,
they stopped doing
it wasn't that old of a cable box.
Ancient cable box here, dude. What's happening?
All right, so we replaced it. So we have now just a regular digital clock.
Okay.
All right, and so the other day, bad rainstorm, classic move, the power goes out. So now what was 5:20 p.m. in the afternoon is flickering 12 a.m. The debate that me and my wife got into for about an hour, she said to me, did the clock, because like the power goes out, power comes back on, it's now flickering 12. She said to me, did the clock reset? What's the answer to that question?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the answer is no.
So yeah,
Guys, the clock was set for 5:20. Did it reset? No, it's at noon. It's,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
He's
flashing.
so it's like
he's
it's
saying
ready to be set
Me and
at
my
another
wife,
time.
he is saying that it would reset back to 5:20.
It's
if it
technically
reset. Yes.
technically not set at all when it's
Correct.
flashing it at
My,
12
right,
a.m.
that would not be set. My
Okay.
wife and I spent about an hour
I
arguing
love
on
that.
whether or not who was right in the reset.
This is a argument.
You guys bought a digital clock
yes, off Amazon.
off Amazon.
Because we wanted to have the time. This
Yeah.
is the part that's got you. That's snack.
I do like that.
No, the
he doesn't
reason
care
why
at all
I'm
about the
asking-
fight.
The reason why I'm asking is because I bought a digital clock also, but a different one. I bought a broadcast digital clock for my studio. So
Oh,
it's not
great.
like the one we have up here that's counting 12:56:19.
Yeah.
It's one that's like a bit bigger. It's like the size, I'd say maybe like the size of one of these. Like it's like this big.
Grab that. You can grab that thing off.
Yeah, you can take it off.
I think.
It's a little hard. Yeah,
Good for the visual audience.
good.
Tony's trying
This
to
is
remove
good.
a
This is
magnetized.
audio. Yeah, there we
You
go.
got it.
So it's about this size.
Okay.
Right?
A little too big.
This size being probably 6 inches tall.
I'd say
I'd say it's more
little
like
more.
seven by.
Good for you, Jeremy.
I'd say 7 by like 21.
That's what, like
20?
2-3
Yeah.
inches?
So
One thing a man knows how to do, it's look at something and see how many inches.
and
it is.
measure it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we use the old eyeball test. All right.
That's a penis joke, guys. For
So the clock that sits in my studio is about this size, right?
Yeah.
So it has the time,
Yeah. The time?
and it also has it in seconds. It has the day.
Whoa.
It has the month. It has the year, and it has the temperature. Wow. So all that's a time, temp, and
Look at me, Louis
day.
clock.
Yeah.
Clock.
Good
The thing is, it was like
Lord.
$20. I mean, it was on Amazon too. So I put it there when I do shows, so I know what I'm doing, whatever. But it also tells me how hot my studio is when I'm doing said shows. So I have lights on, I have things on in the background. So it says like 82 degrees, and I'm sweating my balls
So
off.
the temperature is room temperature, not outside temperature.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not
because-
sure what this has to do with my story.
Yeah.
The reason,
totally
the reason why, no, listen, the reason why I said it was because that clock is a smart clock in the sense where
yours-
if I unplug it
Smart.
and then plug it back in, it'll reset
It resets.
to
there you
the
go.
time that I was.
Interesting.
Wait, so you were arguing? Oh, it goes back to the original time.
My
No,
wife
it goes to whatever time it is now.
My wife was saying that it's reset. It's at 12 a.m. And I'm like, no, it's not reset. Because if it was
I think you guys
reset,
are-
it would be at the time that we had set it for.
because you have to reset it back to 5:20
Right.
in theory. It doesn't, because what you're saying is
This is interesting.
It goes back
Tony's
to
clock resets.
yeah, but yours goes back to default, which is 12.
Right. I think your definition of reset or the way that each of you are using it are two different things. Because what you're saying is, once we set it,
Did it reset?
Now that it's
When the
been
power flickers.
cleared, we have to go back and set it again. We have to reset it.
Or it can
But-
automatically do it.
But what this specific clock did when the power went off is it reset to factory settings. Is what happened there. So it didn't set itself back to what you're talking about. It reset to factory settings.
don't
I
like
think
this.
there's a chance that each of you were right in this argument.
So you-
and it's just context.
It's just a classic marriage argument.
It's great. It really is.
like I'm telling you, we
I
were
can't
both
think-
like, I am invested in this. We're like looking up definitions.
But you guys weren't
like,
arguing.
My
You were
dad's
just
a
like-
word guy. I'm like calling my dad. I'm like, Dad, reset.
Was the power still out? Were you guys bored?
No,
Like what happened?
No, it was back on. It was back on.
It was
and
just
the
a little
clock-
power surge.
The clock did not reset.
Interesting.
Yeah, you guys, I had
We
that.
had that
That's-
a lot.
The last few weeks, my house
Yeah,
has
me
been
too.
flickering power. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Because now,
It's
like with the
just the
TV,
rain,
it takes
man.
the internet a little. Like so, the TV's off
because
for
of the
half
storms
hour.
and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, same.
Been a
I've been
lot.
playing a lot of obviously college football.
Oh,
we have a bunch of
Did it
dynasty
screw
modes.
you over? Any
There's
big games.
There was like 3 times where I was in a game and it shut off. I wasn't talking about the dynasty mode. I was just saying.
Oh, because
that
we're
I
not allowed to talk. college
again,
football.
Taylor. All of a sudden,
He can,
never mind. Go ahead. Oh,
he
I
can
was,
talk
I,
all
know, I was
college
talking. My bad.
football he wants.
My bad. I was talking.
I just don't want to hear about the dynasty.
Fuentes,
Okay.
What did you make of Taylor's appearance last week?
I didn't listen to it.
Oh wow.
No, dude, I was out in the KC sun for like 17 hours,
Yeah.
and then I had to like do
was
stuff
hot?
the next day. Dude, it was hot as hell.
We've heard about that trip from Billy and Stu,
Yeah.
but and nowhere on air have we heard about it from you. What was your experience like behind the scenes?
It was hot, and it was the KC Stadium. It's like, you know, it's a normal stadium. It's just
Is it in the middle of nowhere, or is it
I
kind of
don't-
close?
Everything in KC seemed middle of nowhere to me,
Okay.
except for my hotel.
Is it
but-
near the other stadium? Like is Kauffman
It's
Stadium?
right
it's
across
right
the way.
across.
It's right across,
Yeah,
right?
like not even a large parking lot. It's like
You
right
could
there.
see Kaufman in that picture with Stugotz.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
we're
It's awesome.
The picture with Stu in the porta potties.
Oh, it's really-
right
it's
to the
behind
right.
it?
It's
Oh,
right
wow.
there.
I didn't even
not
realize.
awesome.
Yeah,
Kaufman.
you can literally sprint there in probably less than a minute from the pro shop of the Chiefs Stadium to the ticket booth.
Go
of
back
the-
and test that.
Yeah, I'd like
I was
someone to test that out.
texted.
If
I was
Metalworks
texted
paying
that
for it.
last week's episode was the most popular Mystery Crate episode in years.
Well, you know,
Wow.
people lie.
Was that Ariel Hawani that said that? Most viewed. But like, what? How hot was it?
It was like
How hot was it?
it was
No,
like
because there was one.
it was in the 90s. It was in the 90s.
Did you forget a question and then go to
then went to-
and inject it? How hot
absolutely
is
what
it?
happened.
You know what it was? Is that he's like, I don't know how to keep this going, but I want to know more, so I'm gonna ask him how hot it was.
You want to know what really happened there?
How
I did
hot
have
was
something
it?
else that I wanted to go to, and then like mid sentence, just forgot. But I do
I know
remember it
this
now.
guy, dude.
But now I do
I know
remember
this
it.
guy.
So what was it? What was
Mikey
it?
A pointed out how few Baltimore Ravens fans there were. And that's like odd to me because usually week one, like, was it noticeable how few Baltimore fans there were? Because usually, like, even Dolphins games, like I was like Jags fan, like you see a good amount of Jags fan. I mean, I
think-
know it's the same state, so maybe that one's different.
There was a few. They were like kind of sprinkled in. When we were sitting, I had 2 behind me and I had 2 in front of me. They were just kind of. There wasn't like a section of Baltimore
Yeah.
fans. They were kind of just like here and there. There was a guy dressed in a full Predator costume
Nice.
with the with like the helmet, mask, the ant face, the purple dreads, everything. He just had shorts on, so at least he was smart. But he was dying.
I could argue what I just did was one of the more professional things that I've ever done.
Just being able to catch yourself in the air and ask another
losing
question.
the train of thought and then just asking an awkward, unnecessary question that was already covered.
Yeah, I already said it was hot.
Do we have the capabilities to replay it?
No, not live.
We don't, not live. Okay.
Or the guy
Damn.
that would be me.
Oh.
Damn.
Where's Taylor? Can Taylor do something?
Yeah,
Too bad.
seriously.
Too bad.
All the guy does is go and recruit 5-star gems and 4-star gems. And
How hot was it?
If you're a listener in Kansas City, we'd love if you could go recreate the sprint that we're talking about from the Chiefs Pro Shop to Kauffman Stadium. So if you get an opportunity to do that, put it on film. We will, share it on our.
I'll send you a mystery shirt.
Yeah.
If you do it.
Ooh, mystery shirt.
I'll send you a mystery
Yeah,
shirt.
please do that. Let us know if it can happen in a minute or less.
Yeah, it literally, you run right out of the pro shop, past the statue of Lamar Hunt, all the way. You can get there in a minute if you're speedy.
by the way, what's the younger Hunt, the son who owns the team? Clark Hunt. What's his name?
I don't know.
Let's find out right
Whatever his name is. When they did the beginning where they put all the banners on the thing, and then they're like, all right, Lamar Hunt Jr., whatever the guy's name is. Clark.
His name is Clark.
Yeah, Clark Hunt. Okay. So
Not gonna
Clark-
do it. Not
Clark-
gonna, not gonna do it.
Clark Hunt. He looks like a villain, like a super villain.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's got a super
I know
villain
exactly.
face.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I'm talking
sure.
about? Like when he got into the microphone, I was expecting him to say like, "We've captured the president of the United States and we're not giving him back" type beat.
Doesn't that just come with like the grounds of being a billionaire? You have to have like an evil look to you. Like Bezos definitely looks like a Superman villain.
Bezos looks like a villain.
Elon Musk looks like a 007 villain.
This is the one.
Yes.
They have like a whole house inside the stadium,
They have,
right?
like,
in
an
their suite.
apartment.
Yeah, that was the one
so
with the
that
two-story.
automatically applies.
He just looks like a villain in like Richie Rich, like another
good pull.
billionaire versus.
He has a very professional like comb over. And
Man,
everything.
Yeah,
love
it's like
Richie
it's just
Rich.
it's almost like he would have been one of the Nazis in Indiana Jones.
Dude, the one thing Billy was spot on about was they love their military people out there. Every other break was
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just
What's wrong with loving
I
the
would say
military?
like, and then they had the guys with the B-52 bomber that came over.
That shit was fire.
Dude. I had never seen one in person, and honestly,
hear it or no?
No,
Fucking
barely.
silent.
Dude, I knew there was going to be a flyover. Every
Classic.
opening day has a flyover, so I'm like waiting with
I
my
feel like
phone.
every game has a flyover, doesn't it?
Every opener or like Super Bowl, they're all going to have something.
Chris, weren't you at the Dolphins game?
There was a flyover.
Yeah.
With
What'd they
Dolphins.
do?
Okay.
Just a flyover, but I'll get to. I want you
kind
to
of
finish
plane?
your story.
F-16?
I actually have thoughts
Raptor?
on pregame,
Flyovers.
not flyovers, just pregame antics.
Stuff. Well,
Ooh,
just saying,
antics.
I was waiting with my phone because I knew it was coming and I wanted to catch the content for the God Bless Football Instagram. By the way, God Bless Football has its own social channels now.
Nice.
Feel free to follow them. So I got the picture of the B-52 coming over and I was like, wow, that's like insanely quiet. And then, the kickoff started, but I just knew it was coming. So
Flyover is kind of fucking
kind
weird.
of badass, bro.
When they
Yeah.
time them
they
well.
rule.
Yeah,
It's
they
always
have
funny,
to be
like,
timed well.
30 seconds
Yeah.
after it finishes, it's just like, oh,
Well, the sonic boom,
Who screwed
though.
this up? Someone screwed this up.
We were in July 4th. We were in the Keys for the weekend, and they were doing like a little 4th of July parade up and down the Keys, and they did a flyover, but the guy was flying way too low. So when he starts going over overseas highway, it's like terrifying how loud it is, because the guy's flying over us in like an F-16
Yeah.
Raptor, and it's like. And you're like, oh my god!
like feel it.
Dude, you feel the sonic boom, and it's like 1,000 yards the other way, but you feel the force and the sound of it. I'm like, man, I would not want to be in like some sort of hill in Afghanistan with that thing
Scary.
tracking me down.
Yeah, I with pregame antics, Chris. Like, what are the things that stand out to you? I don't want this, I do want that.
It's this now. It's mainly in hockey and football. Every single team feels like they need to have this thing where pregame we have a celebrity come out.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
either going to bang a drum. Like, who started this? Like the 12th man.
12th man. That's
They had
what
the
I'm
flag.
thinking.
The Chiefs, I think, have had the drum for a while.
The Vikings have the skull, like that horn.
yeah, that's
thing.
a good one.
It's like if you have something that like you're all right. That's a perfect example. Vikings skull. Like this fits.
Yes.
It's like for some reason the Chiefs thing, the drum thing feels like it fits. The
Well-
Dolphins are like on Sunday. The Dolphins now brought out like Carter Verhaeghe and Lundell, and they brought out a few Panthers players, and it's like, all right, we're going to do our version of this. Here's the Panthers guys, and it's just this sad little thing on the field. or it's like a fake like game show type thing
Yeah,
where
I
they
don't
like
like that.
push a button and all of a sudden smoke came out and it was just like, what are we doing?
It's
like,
too much.
Not every team needs this. Like I don't need like if it's either got to be cool, it becomes sad very quickly.
I think in professional sports in particular, like if you're a college program and you're trying to do something new and hype people up and whatever, fine, right? If you don't have those traditions established, fine. But if you're an NFL team, like the Dolphins have been around a long enough time.
can't be starting that this year.
Starting that now, like that's not a real tradition.
Even the Panthers one, like I'll criticize, like that one doesn't like sometimes it like
only hits in the playoffs
Luongo
and if you
crushed
got
with
the
it.
right guy.
But it's like
You've been a big critic of it though, because there's been times
and
where
you got to do it right. I mean, Dan Marino famously was awful at it.
Right, you're more of a critic of the people who are bad at it than you are of the actual.
Well, I
act.
just think, but in general, like if you said to me the Panthers pregame drumming thing, like you like that, I'm okay if they just did away with that.
We
whole
should ask
thing.
Ron McGill if he'd be comfortable with the Panthers bringing out a Florida Panther
Now you're
before
talking.
every game.
That'd
'Cause
be
that
sick.
would be
Oh,
awesome,
I thought
right?
the Panther would be beating the drum.
Well, that'd be cool too. But if the Panther,
is this Panther like walking on ice? Like
yeah, like they've
slide,
got like a red carpet on the ice before the
No,
game. You know
no
how,
red
like-
carpet. It's
No,
just a panther, and it like slips and is like trying to walk off. And it's like this like panther just like
It is a kind of funny visual.
running in space, trying to get off the ice.
can't go. It's just running in place.
It would be kind of funny. But I think if
What a
maybe they
terrible,
could
cruel
introduce
thing
something
to
like
do
that.
to an
Well, that's what I'm
animal.
saying.
Let's
That's
just
why I want the
release- all
carpet.
right, let's turn it into a safe space. So now there's no one on the ice, and it's just you just release the panther pregame onto the ice.
Yeah, but just like you know,
I like that.
Just on a red carpet that goes out. You know how like when they have someone walk out to do like a ceremonial puck drop.
Yeah.
You essentially have
Also
like
annoying.
a panther trainer standing in the middle, and they got the panther come up and they train it to like do like a big roar or something like that, and then
'cause-
everybody gets all excited.
But have we not learned from the wild animal
from
last
Siegfried and
Mystery
Roy
Crate?
from last,
Yeah.
which by the way, Ron McGill seemed to be on the side of those of us who felt like the tiger was helping Roy,
Yeah, I feel
which is
like
unsurprising.
Everyone owes me an apology for
Everyone
how,
owes
how
you an apology.
stupid everyone made me feel for implying that there's a chance that the stroke just kind of happened.
Right? Yeah, because
You guys
that
were
was
like,
what you were insisting.
I think it was because of the attack, Chris.
No, you're right. You're right.
I mean,
It-
Billy and Jess, like very dismissive.
A lot of
I
vultures
was
in
too.
that Mystery Crate.
I'll publicly apologize.
Thank
I
you.
think
Wow.
I jumped
Big of you, Jeremy.
I jumped to conclusions too quickly about what had happened.
You
and
followed the crew, like everyone. You're like, I'll pile on too.
now I
Were you
believe
there?
in the big cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I would
you,
never do
you
that
would
to
have
you.
my back.
I would never do that to you.
I'm happy about.
Where'd Fuentes go?
No.
He was fixing something. I felt like we were hearing another show in our ears.
Yeah.
So I was a little
I got a text. He is God bless football right now, and he'd rather try to juggle both than to ask me to do Mystery Crate again.
That's
I don't know,
fair.
I don't know who that
I think
text
that was a
came from.
Taylor. I would imagine that's a Taylor text.
Yeah. Well.
Taylor, come on in here.
Unnamed sources.
Taylor, you're hired. Get in here.
Wow. I don't know if Mike is going to be happy about that, but okay.
He's
so
gonna be pissed.
how hot was it?
Oh, man.
I have a.
Brutal.
I thought, and in my mind, right when I did it,
How
I'm like,
hot was
in my
it?
mind, I'm like, kick, save, and a butte. No one's gonna notice. And Tony just erupts.
I
In
think it was
laughter.
the look on your face of clearly the
There's a
gears
where was
moving
I
of
going
trying to
with
figure
this?
out what the sentence is going to be.
No,
but it was
but
pretty
Fuentes-
impressive. It was pretty impressive the fact that you didn't pause for like 8 seconds before getting to a question.
And there would have been a time in my career before I was polished,
All right.
where I would have been like, and just like stared at the camera. I forgot what I was meant to say, which is one of the worst things you can do in front of a microphone. You just fake it, like I did there.
Exactly right.
I have a
team
similar kind of random nitpicky sports take that's similar to yours, which is that I'm someone who is of the belief that if black is not one of the primary colors in your uniform set, then you should not have black uniforms. So, for example, for a long time,
Marlins are fire though.
well, the Gators are a perfect example, right? The Gators are white, blue, and orange. Those are their colors. White is the accent, blue and orange are the colors. When they debut black uniforms, when the Canes debut black uniforms, it's ridiculous. It's
this like a
it's not a
UCF
look.
thing 'cause
No,
you guys
it's
are
not even
black?
meant for that because I view it in any sports. Yes, obviously, like we have all black is our main look, but it's more about like in any sport when a team all of a sudden out of nowhere, if the St. Louis Cardinals randomly debuted a black uniform because it was supposed to look cool, I would think it was super
I think
lame.
you're off on this, Jeremy.
Really, you
Marlins
think
were-
so? Because
you
I
got-
know everybody likes a blackout, but it's like the Baltimore Ravens should have a blackout. The if the Kansas City Chiefs had black uniforms, sure, they might look cool.
You didn't
but
like
it's
the
not
Marlins
meant
black.
for them.
You didn't like the Marlins black
The
uniform.
Marlins do have black. They were teal, white, and black. Those were their colors. Black were part of the pinstripes on the white uniforms. That was one of their accent colors.
I feel like I don't think of
Or
black.
they had
a
vest
black
jersey.
hat.
You remember the vest jersey?
Yeah, and they had a
I've
black
never
hat.
thought of black as one of the Marlins team colors.
But it was an
though.
accent. Teal was the main color, and white and black were the
Are you
accents
serious?
to that.
The best Marlins color was the
Right.
silver
You
black.
have
Look
the
at what
hat
I'm wearing
on
right now.
You have the hat on
But
right now.
To me, that was like an extra. It
was an accent color,
That
we're
wasn't like I
That
always
was
thought they were
that was an
teal.
alternate jersey. But are you going to put gray in there before you're going
guess
to
the
put?
I always
Marlins
thought
were
the
teal and
gray.
black.
Yeah, it was teal and
it was
black.
teal,
Always
black,
teal and
and gray.
black.
Oh,
Right.
silver was the
And
third
they had a
color.
black hat.
But I've never considered them to be like I've never had that thought of like the Marlins or one of the Marlins team colors is black.
Well, it was.
If they brought back that color palette, the silver, black, and teal, I would buy every piece of merch they make.
Same.
Yeah.
But right
I
now
hope
with
they
that
do.
ugly ass blue, no, I'm good.
I hope at some point they're able to bring it back, but
Jack.
we'll see. Hey, they have I'm not ever going to be able to talk about it on the main show, so I might as well say
go
it here.
for it.
Connor Norby,
He's good.
superstar.
He's good.
He's going to be
He doesn't
great.
get a horn for that.
For bringing up the Marlins? Come on, man. Connor
No,
Norby's
because
good.
some people
Where'd we
might
get
find that
him?
interesting.
What?
Yeah,
Where'd we get
football
him?
thing. you know.
So Connor Norby was traded to the Marlins in the Trevor Rogers trade.
That's
So they
crazy.
traded Trevor Rogers
Who
to
was
the
never
Orioles.
good. What a dumb trade by the
Who
Orioles.
has never been. He had a really, really good rookie season. He's been really inconsistent and honestly pretty bad since. The best attribute that he had this year for the Marlins.
So close.
Was Norby really bad for the Orioles?
No, they just had such an overload of prospects that they were able to get rid of a player that was second base and third base.
Wolf.
Yeah, so it was a really good trade.
right,
It's just rare that I can say, hey, the Marlins already won a trade 3 weeks later. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done.
It's time for You Betcha, which is presented by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Enough of that boring baseball stuff. Football is back.
Fair.
And
Thank
my
you.
favorite kind of bet with football is anytime touchdown. We all like a good anytime touchdown. This week I like Breece Hall at Tennessee.
So you're going back-to-back touchdowns for Breece Hall?
Yeah, they used him a lot against,
They did.
against the Niners.
He had one rush inside of the 5 all year of 2023. And then in the first game,
He had it like a bunch. Yeah, well,
That's a
outside
good
touchdown.
he
stat.
matched
That's a good
matched
stat.
his entire year prior's touches from inside the
I
ball.
felt like they were easing Rodgers back into the game a little bit, and then he got cooking on that drive, the one that ended up with the Lazard touchdown on the free play. But
He's still there's flashes there. Like, he looks good.
I mean, I think he's more of it in his game manager days than he is his win you a game
Of
in the
course.
final fourth quarter. But I think Breece Hall is going to have a huge year. I also like Kenneth Walker anytime against New England. And then my final one, the one that Tony's scared about, Justin Fields in Denver.
And this is a anytime rushing touchdown?
It's either rushing
Yes.
or receiving.
Yeah.
So for
Okay,
Justin
so it
Fields,
can't be a passing
It'll
touchdown.
not be a passing
That is
touchdown.
a spooky one.
It is.
What are the odds on that one?
I think it was like plus 425. That was like the
Alright.
biggest one. That's what makes this parlay. The thing is that they have to score a touchdown eventually. Denver did not look good.
Denver's bad.
And Justin Fields, I figure he will rush one in this week. So Breece Hall, anytime at Tennessee. Kenneth Walker, the third, anytime at New England. Justin Fields, anytime at Denver. That's the parlay, and that's You Betcha.
You
So Connor Norby, eh?
Yeah, he's good, man.
Attaboy, Mike.
Just baited me into that one.
What were we talking about when I was off setting up an interview over there?
Man, that was what, 3 minutes ago? I don't remember at all.
I don't even remember what we were talking about when I left. When I came back, we were talking about blackout uniforms and who
Yeah.
deserves them and who doesn't.
It was Chris was talking
Everybody
about
deserves
antics before games. We were talking about
The Dolphins' sad version of it, where they had like the Panthers come out and like just push like a fake game show button, and then smoke went everywhere.
That's
And
what
it
they
was
were doing there?
But it was just, it just felt like, oh, the Dolphins want to do that thing that everyone's doing before a game, and this is what they came up with of
Did you
fake
see-
game show button.
Did you see the USC Trojan put the
Yeah.
sword into the ground and then it got stuck at midfield and
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
take it
I saw
out?
that. No
way.
I feel like that happens a
Yeah,
lot.
what would the Dolphins do for that? Because the Carolina already has the drill.
How about
They did it.
taking out a dolphin?
How about
There we go.
You pull. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
with me?
following
with
here.
you. Yeah, I'm with you.
You take what the Marlins did, but then you remix it.
What did the Marlins do? Remind me.
Remember, they put the fish in the back. Remember when
Like
they opened
behind
Marlins
home
Park,
plate,
they had
there
the
were-
fish.
there
They had
were
a fish
fish
tank behind
Yeah,
home
the fish
plate.
tank. We put a fish tank, but like a long ass fish tank, right, on the sideline. Okay. And then what we do is we have a couple dolphin in there, and then they follow the ball as the ball goes down the field.
I've got this.
And they're
Ready?
like, "Shoo."
Animal rights.
Here's how we make this happen.
Tell
Because
'em
Miami
it's okay.
Aquarium is such a nightmare, right? We have Stephen Ross. He's building this crazy facility, right? He basically rebuilds a new version of Miami Aquarium that's updated, that's got space, that's got plenty of water for this for this dolphin, but from wherever that tank is, there's a path for the dolphin to take all the way over to the stadium.
Keep going.
And emerging from underneath the grass, you have like one of those, like on a stage when you have a performer pop up from underneath, all of a sudden at the 50-yard line, opening. And then the dolphin comes up from underneath, jumps in the air, does a couple of flips, goes back down, heads back to their safety. It'd be
That's
pretty
not
amazing.
terrible.
Little fireworks.
That's not terrible.
I don't know, man. It's not impossible.
It would take like 8 years for that to get built. It would take so long, dude.
You recreate Ace Ventura. You put like
The
an
pool by the
actual
side.
pool.
Yeah.
You get the thing, and it kicks a field goal. Like you name it Snowflake, and you have a whole action scene where it's like a fake. It's like Tommy Lee Jones. It's like in the Hollywood Studios show
Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones.
How hot was it?
Where it's like the guy running from the boulder. You have like a whole pre-show
Indiana Jones running from the boulder.
antics
Yeah.
where it's like a guy who looks like Ace Ventura is on the field. Some guy's trying to steal Snowflake, and Ace Ventura comes, saves the day, and then the Snowflake kicks a field goal, and then
It would be funny if they had a guy dressed as Ace Ventura walking around the stadium and like taking pictures with fans and stuff.
Yeah.
That would. And by the way, fun fact, I don't know if you guys remember, all the dolphin scenes in that were actually filmed at the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
At the old Orange
it
Bowl.
should be whoever is the celebrity guest that week. Like Carter Verhaeghe would have been dressed as Ace Ventura. And like Ace Ventura saves the day, and it's Carter Verhaeghe. Thank you, Carter Verhaeghe, for being here today.
That's a lot of
I
work.
love you, but
Let's start the game.
That's a lot of work.
Carter Verhaeghe dressed as
I love how you did it like as a game show host. Let's
Yeah.
start the game.
yeah.
I love how they have the Panthers doing like the We're the Champions tour. So like for sure they'll be there opening night for the Heat.
Yeah.
They'll be there. I mean, I guess next opening day. Well, I guess
the
will
Panthers
they
won
be
the
there
world-
opening night
Isn't that
for the
crazy?
Heat?
The Panthers won the Stanley Cup.
I was actually watching.
it is nuts,
like,
right? Like I think about it.
I was
now.
watching
forgot
like
about
a
it.
minute montage the other day, and I'm just like, so where do we go from here?
We're done.
That felt good. And is it gonna feel that good again, or
We can go on to the second segment because we're over. So okay.
we'll be back. Just to update a poll from earlier in the week on main show. Who would you? Well, this is written poorly.
Fight through.
Who would surprise you more by having a child out of wedlock? Dave Grohl or Chris Cote? What do you guys think? How do you think this came back?
Wow. I feel like it's Dave Grohl, but by a little bit.
Well, it's
like-
me.
Yeah, of
People
course.
would be more surprised by me by 82%.
Oh, my bad. I
Yeah,
did it wrong.
because
Yeah.
he's well. First of all, Dave Grohl already has a kid out of wedlock, and then
second one.
Don't
he's
doubt me.
also, Well, I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying it's he's way more famous than any of us can ever imagine. And when you're on the road,
Yeah.
I like that look. You're like,
Don't.
I mean, you're right.
First of all,
there's a lot of time left.
dude, you haven't seen me out on the road.
Hell yeah.
By the way,
we're
I
all
don't,
in
know if,
Vegas together.
I don't know if my wife.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if my wife knows what wedlock means.
Call her and
Because
ask her.
I texted her this. I texted her this tweet, like just as a joke, like, "Hey, look what we put out today. This is the
yeah.
content. This is what I'm doing at work today."
Yeah.
And it said, "Who would surprise you more by having a child out of wedlock?" And she goes, "But you're married."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that's
That's
what the question implies."
That's the poll.
And she like, I'm like, I don't like. I just wrote LOL back. I'm like, I'm not getting like we already had
let's
the
not
reset
explain this.
argument this week.
We already had
I'm not
the
gonna
argument
get
at the
into the
clock.
semantics here of like why that was a terrible response by her, but it was because it's like no one implied I wasn't married in here.
Okay,
she's
so-
like, but you're married. It's like, yeah, that's the whole point.
That's
Well,
out
when-
of wedlock.
When you just search wedlock meaning on Google, it says wedlock and then it says marriage underneath. The noun wedlock means marriage.
Right.
You might describe your newly married sister as entering the magical state of wedlock. Wedlock is an old-fashioned word for matrimony, the state of being married.
You know what? I'm going down this slope. I'm gonna text her right now. Do you
Hell
know
yeah.
what wedlock means?
Hell yeah.
Well, but then so technically
yeah.
You need to ask, out of wedlock because wedlock means you're married. Out of
right,
wedlock
but
means
her
outside of your marriage.
her question was, but you're married.
Yeah, like implying like the poll is inaccurate because I'm married.
I feel like you and your wife have a lot of
We do.
arguments about like semantics
Oh, yeah,
and like the meaning of stupid shit.
I mean, that's marriage, my man.
I like to hit Jenny with an objection semantics.
Yeah.
A little legal talk. She's like, you're just presenting a semantics argument. I'm like,
from
damn it, she's got me.
from hanging out with Billy. I've been hitting people with a lot of falsehoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just picked that up from Billy. We all do that, right? Like we hang around people enough, we'll start like taking little bits of their, like whatever personality, or whatever. Like Except
Oh, wait,
Lewis.
it says out of wedlock.
Out wedlock means you're married. Out of wedlock means you had a child outside of your marriage.
You're
out
right.
of wedlock.
Correct.
So technically, she's not wrong. Don't let her have that.
No. She's not.
Yeah,
she's
don't let
not
her have
right.
that.
She's not right.
She's not right.
She goes, yeah, you're married. I'm in meetings all day. She just responded like back like,
She said, like, I don't want to hear this bullshit.
Yes,
out
literally.
of wedlock means that. Did we phrase the question wrong?
No. You got it
wedlock
right.
means marriage, but
Okay.
you're both right.
Okay.
You're both
Should
right.
I call her since she's in a meeting?
I don't,
Oh my god.
dude, I don't know.
This'll be good.
Chris, you're a habitual
God.
line stepper, bro. Like,
Oh my god.
Let's call her.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. Hi, Kyle.
What are you doing?
Your call has been forwarded.
She is not happy.
Hit that quick side button.
No, bubbles are popping. Let's see what she's gonna say. I'm in a meeting. Classic. Should I call back? I'm not doing it.
No.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
That's gonna be an interesting conversation when you get back home.
No, the Kyle one was great. The original Kyle.
You get those conversations at home, right? Where like she's telling you about how bad her day was, and then you're like in a battery costume on TV.
The best example of that was during the pandemic. She was having one of like the jobs were on the line. This is during the pandemic. She's working from home, like in a serious meeting.
Very
like,
stressed.
People like might be losing jobs today, and I'm like, she literally is like
On the other side.
just on the other side of the dining room is me bobbing for apples.
Oh yes, I remember
No
that.
way.
Like in a bucket of water. I'm like sitting there like, just like, and like my wife is
I
like.
forgot about the Bobby for Apple.
My wife is like sitting there like, do I have a job after today? Okay, good, I do. I just got off my meeting, honey. I still have a job. And my head's like all wet. I'm like, what happened? I didn't hear.
I have the same story where Jenny ended up actually getting fired from the hotel that she was at. But
Laid off.
Laid off, yes. Around the same time, remember where I popped the egg on my
Oh, yeah.
bicep and it exploded? It was around the same
How was your day, honey?
It was like, and she was there to see it. Like, you're picking that up, right? And I was like, I got you.
But how hot was it?
How hot was it?
How hot was it? How hot was it? But like how
You know what it is?
But like what? How?
I didn't catch the pause the first time.
Go ahead.
It's right here. It's
It feels like an
how
eternity.
hot was it? How hot was it? How hot was it?
I didn't catch that the first time.
All right, what
I
is
am
hard.
thinking on my feet there.
Yeah, you really are. I'm gonna write down things that we've learned today.
By the way, it was hot as hell in KC, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
like it was like
It's like-
94 degrees. But it's funny because
Finally get an answer.
the whole like run up to the week, it was nice. It was like 77, 78. One day of 93, which was the day of the game, and then the next day the high was 78. So it was really nice, really hot just that one day. And of course, it's a normal like football parking lot, not a tree in sight, just a bunch of drunk
Asphalt.
people. Yeah, asphalt, white, like, and it was hot.
How hard was it? For
People were very nice though.
How hot? Fuck. How hard was it? How hard was it for Stugotz to find weed?
You know, so here is a story. I have a video of it. I'll put it on the final YouTube product. So the way the hotel was, it was 2 buildings and they had a walkway for you to cross the street, so you didn't have to wait for any signs. But it was a little bit out of the way. But what you could do is just walk straight out of the main building, just hop over a street, and then the lobby for the second building was right there to go up. So Stu, like we had eaten dinner, and Stu was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go up."
What'd you have?
Like I had, so I was gonna get a chicken Caesar salad. Then I saw a Reuben with tater tots, and I was like, "Oh, you know, Diet Star tomorrow."
Just my boy.
I got the Reuben.
Just hotel food.
No, it was actually a really nice bar in the lobby that had like this huge
yes.
projector screen.
Still hotel food.
Yeah, but it was good. It was good. It was like a lot better than I thought. So Stu's like, well, I'm just gonna walk across the street, whatever, because we were like picking some stuff up.
I know
They-
that move.
They had recorded something, but so me, Billy, and Danny B, we take the walkway. And as I'm passing through the walkway, I look down, and there are like 6 guys on the street that had stopped Stu, and they're like there taking pictures with him and like doing all that. And I was like, wow, Stu's either getting mugged the nicest way possible, or he's just taking pictures with these guys. Yeah.
All right, I'm doing a running list of what we've learned today.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
right now we've got Casey was hot, but how hot was it?
Yeah.
How hot?
And then we've got Flyovers rule.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty good on that, right?
Yep. How hot was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Woof.
It was hot.
We got the answer to that
Yeah, it
too.
was
So
hot.
that
Yeah,
question
94
answered.
degrees.
How hot was
It
it?
had already been answered.
And the real MVP of the trip was the van that Kristen booked us.
That
it was-
Billy was driving by himself?
Yes, it was the huge like church
Phillip
van.
Rivers van.
Dude, it was amazing. It's funny because I see Billy the morning we're going to the stadium, and he's like, "You have to see this car they got us. It's ridiculous." So when he says that, the way Billy is, I think to myself, they got us like a Prius.
Yeah.
And then
Like a Fiat.
I don't know if you guys seen Mikey A, not a small man.
Yeah.
So between Mikey A,
Big hoss.
me, Danny B, Billy, and Stu, a Prius is not going to
You
cut
got some
it.
hosses on that
Yeah,
team.
we did. Dude, I got a full offensive line. And then, so when I came out and see that van, I was shockingly happy because I'm like, I'm going to sleep in that thing. Like, and that's exactly what I did.
And you slept in it?
Oh, yeah.
And
Before the
with-
game.
With the lights?
Well,
or
nap?
with
No, also
the AC on or no?
Oh, yeah. It was 94 degrees all day. And then an hour before kickoff, pouring rain. Like Twister style rain, like just coming down like we have here. And then rain went away and the game was fine. But it was, thank God for that van.
What do you guys think the most optimal way to sleep in a vehicle is?
Danny GQ.
Yeah,
Welcome Danny
Danny
GQ to the
GQ,
proceedings.
By the way, Danny GQ with a rockin' Tulsa team in the Sun Belt Conference Meadowlark. Tough loss to San Diego
You're
State
getting-
Aztecs. That's me.
You're getting slicker with these, I gotta say.
17.
That one almost got in there.
Should we just power through, or is this gonna get how hot was it?
Oh, we're powering through, baby. I don't got
Yeah,
time
we've
to
got
hot to
Danny
it.
GQ on it. He's got it covered.
Danny GQ's got it. I mean, I don't hear anything, so
I don't know how you don't hear anything.
don't-
There
I
are
don't hear
clearly
nothing.
people having a conversation in our headphones.
Anyways,
right now. What else have we learned?
I was told that the VMAs are tonight.
Well, they were 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, whatever.
the VMAs is just an excuse to say, hey, I feel old.
Absolutely. Like, even if you're paying attention to what's going on with whatever artists, like I've seen a couple of the videos that are nominated for some of the big awards, but when you look at like individually by genre, there are so many artists that I've never heard of that are a part of this. Like, it's insane.
You're a pro's pro for being able to just power through with people just clearly talking in our headsets.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I want to get
That's my
back to
job.
the optimal way to sleep in a vehicle.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I'm not. It's not laying down in a back seat. Like, that is the worst way to sleep in a vehicle. Give me a front seat,
Reclined
slightly
as far as possible.
reclined. No, not as far as possible.
No?
No. Slightly reclined, and this is the money move, folks. You have your. I have
Seatbelt?
my seatbelt right here over my right shoulder, coming down this way. I'm using this seatbelt. I'm nestling in.
Ooh, there's like a little pillow.
Next thing you know, this seatbelt is turning in. Like, I can
It's holding you.
kind of like get it around my neck, like where it's like it's like my little pillow.
Yeah.
And so that way you're able to lean your neck without it really hurting.
The key is
but
finding,
you don't want to have to just like lay straight
The key
back.
is finding the perfect recline angle where the seatbelt now can like swoop down and like tuck right around your ear.
Have you thought about whether somebody breaks or not, and then it snaps your neck?
Look, in a bad accident, we're just fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just something you have to
also
accept.
top 5 worst ways to be woken up. Terrible accident.
Hey,
Right?
Yeah.
That's gotta suck.
That would
Or
probably
if
be
you
number
don't
one.
wake
Yeah, that's
it'd
number
probably
one,
be near
right?
the top. Yeah, near the top.
But number one, it's one of those sneaky ones, and you're gonna learn this when your kid gets older. Waking up to just your 6-year-old staring at you standing bedside is one of the more terrifying ways to wake up. Where you're just like,
Exorcist?
I'm laying. No, it's not even like an abrupt thing where I just like open my eyes and it's like, and then you close them and you're like, I think I just saw my daughter standing right there. And you open them back up and then she's just like,
Deadpan you.
Not even saying anything.
no,
not
it doesn't
waking
say
you up for
anything.
any reason.
It waits for me. And then, Grayson, what do you do? It's like dark in the room and it's like, I even like do
What
this
time-
thing where
what
it's like-
time are we
Because
talking about?
you wake up super disoriented.
Yeah, this
right?
is like 5 a.m.
Yeah, because it's almost like you're not even sure what you're seeing.
She's up for the day?
So first, your brain has to check, am I awake?
Yes.
And then it checks what's happening.
My daughter does this thing now where it's like if she wakes up, she wants to be up for the day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's at 2 a.m. Sometimes it's like where it's like
That's
she's
tough.
learning to tell time. So we've told her like you're not out of bed at before 6 a.m. If it's 5 something, you're laying there. And
You're laying
I'm
there.
doing the thing from like Billy Madison where
No,
I'm like
that's
shaking
good.
her face. I'm like, you have to cherish the time before your alarm gets off. Like this is
Yeah, for
like,
real.
I know you want to be up and you want to get the day started. You
Appreciate
gotta
it.
cherish it.
I-
Go
I-
back to sleep.
I love the way you're doing it with
You
the
do.
shaking face.
But yeah, so that's one way. That could be a fun list of like
But
terrifying.
that just means
ways.
what is nice
wait,
about
what?
that is that just
Terrifying
means
ways
she,
to wake up.
Terrifying ways
she
to
loves
wake
her
up.
life. You know, she wants to wake up and start
Yeah.
her day. She's a happy person.
Yeah.
She's very excited to just wake up and
How about
and
be
go about
happy
the day.
after 6 a.m.
Well, that's also fair.
Let's try something new. People in the comments when they're not too busy talking shit about me and Jeremy, if you guys can
Grouping
do me a
in.
favor. Yeah,
Jeez.
Jeremy, come on.
I mean, I know, but you don't have to mention.
I
it.
want people in the comments on YouTube or Spotify, whatever you prefer. Put your nominees for the most terrifying ways to wake up.
Yeah.
And then I'll build the top 5 off the comments we get, and I'll do it next week.
I don't know how you can beat a car accident.
Car accident's got to be
Yeah,
in the top
that one's
3.
bad. How
Or
about loud noise in your house?
like this one?
Ooh.
That would be terrible.
No, but one that's like a burglar, right?
Scare the
Like
shit
you're
out of me.
talking about like a crash of
I
some
wouldn't
kind.
say a burglar. I would say like something that
Ooh, I've been burgled.
something that's out of the ordinary. Like maybe something fell. Or
Yeah.
like it was just about to fall and you didn't realize and you went upstairs or you went to your room and then all of a sudden, you hear something fall. My refrigerator, we moved into a new place and the refrigerator's kind of old. Not, whatever. So it makes this.
You want to talk about it?
No, I was gonna trash.
How hot was it?
To be honest, thank you, Maria, the landlady, but also the oven, the dishwasher, and the fridge, old. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're not that expensive anymore. You can go upgrade it. You can go upgrade it. Yeah, $600, $700, $800. Go upgrade it.
You know that's still
Dishwasher's
expensive
like
for some
$500
people.
bucks.
That's still expensive, especially when you add them all together.
Sure.
Got that MMA Cuervo money.
Yeah,
Okay,
seriously.
rich
No,
guy.
it's not that.
Call my Uncle Jose. Tell him
It's
to
that
hook
when you have two houses because she lives in the same like.
Oh, I thought you had 2 houses for a second.
No.
Oh, jeez.
When you live in the same community,
That big Cuervo.
she owns 2 of the houses. Figure you've got a couple,
But you know what I've
a
noticed?
nice house.
It's when people own a lot of things, especially down here, that just means they have debt. That doesn't mean like they're rich.
Or she bought it when it was like
She bought one, financed the other, and bought the other one
no. Well, she probably bought it during the
when all the things were low.
collapse. Yeah. And probably paid like $100,000 for it.
know what I did
and
the
now
other day?
paying her entire life.
What's that?
You know what I did the other day?
What's that?
I looked up my net worth.
Whoa.
How do you do that?
Did you Google
There's
it?
like a way. If you like Google net worth, it's like add up your assets and what you're in your bank account and what your yearly salary. It's like there's ways that there's
Did you
an
let him know about
equation.
the sneaky stuff or no?
I don't know, man. All I know. I don't know, man. All I know.
Billionaire?
Chris Cote there.
Listen, man.
Billionaire?
I don't want to get into too many details.
Dude, it's sneaky good.
I
Like,
love it.
Yeah, I
It's
like it.
it's my favorite limited fake that you do.
Hear that
That and
debate?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Hear that debate? I caught some strays, man. I'm not at the beach that much.
It's the man that gets
Come
it.
on.
It's the man.
It's the man.
It's no. It's come on. It's like it's that.
We need you and Adam Ray side by side.
See, he just looks like his Biden is actually not that great in terms of how it sounds.
Okay.
His visually-
mannerisms are great.
Yeah, he is.
Like
He's
when Shane went out on stage and he hit him with the that shit was great.
Yeah, that's true. No, he is.
So you and Adam Ray together, side by side, but you're both dressed as Biden.
I couldn't compete, man.
But you have to shave your face.
He's
off.
good.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's
do you,
one of my
do you have
favorites.
a Trump or no? You don't have a Trump.
It's all right. I do have a Trump. It's kind of like Tony's. It's it's mid range.
Mine's is great. Yours is terrible.
That's
Yours
pretty
is
good.
probably the worst I've ever heard. Actually, terrible.
That's what you need. Is
They're eating the pets.
I think the thing that we've learned, it's all got to get lowered.
She hates
an
him.
octave.
He hates her, by the way.
That was my favorite part of the whole
Wild.
He hates
Wild.
her.
He hates her.
Wild.
Can't stand her.
Little known fact: he hates her. By the way, no one talks about that.
They're eating pets, dogs, cats.
He does
They're
this.
eating them
He
all.
does like the
That's the.
yeah.
Former President Trump, you said she's not black a few weeks ago. I don't know. I read some things.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing.
What is she? What are you today?
She can be whatever she wants to be. Yeah. He does.
I've got concepts of a plan.
It doesn't matter to me.
Concepts
I'm happy she's running. Honestly,
concepts of a plan needs to be on a t-shirt.
Hey, we've all
so.
been there.
It sounds like I
We've all
thought
been there.
it sounds like a '90s band, right? Like System of a Down, Concepts of a
dude,
Plan.
I'm there weekly with
like
Dan when he walks in and he's like, "Are we doing this thing today?" And I'm like, "We have
I got a concept of a plan.
Yeah.
Jeremy's work. We got concepts, Dan."
You do have a great way of like sidestepping your way to being okay. Like if there's a bunch of problems, you'd be like, "Well, we got this, we got this, we got this, we got this."
All you got to do is just hit people with a couple.
Playing the
ding, ding, ding,
game,
ding.
my
Exactly.
friend.
Just hit him with the
Exactly right.
facts.
Hey, look, there's a dolphin going on the sideline. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you know what? Not that
Is
bad.
that Carter Verhage?
Whoa, he's dressed as Ace Ventura.
How hot was it?
That is a classic.
I think that's gonna
How
have to be in the
Hot
club,
was it?
even though it's for Mystery Crate. I think it's got to be in the club.
Well, I got a surprise for
Well,
you
we have
guys.
the rave.
If you guys want to hear it now, I got another one.
Oh, you're
Oh.
gonna get
on
a
it.
Mystery Crate
Yeah,
rave?
I'm on fire now.
All right, let's go.
yeah,
Want
let's
to hear
hear
it right
it.
now? Let me load it up.
Yeah, I don't
Load
want
it
it
up
at
for
the
me.
end. You got
I know, Jeremy, you missed the
debuted that
last
early.
one.
No, I would.
Yeah, I don't know what
Oh
this is.
yeah, I did
Oh,
miss the last
Chris,
one.
another
Chris
Mystery
was
Crate
first.
rave. That's right.
You haven't been here for this? Oh man, this is exciting.
All right, so imagine the club,
Yeah, so what happened was like
but at Ultra.
yeah, Ethan and Mike Malley and Taylor, they're very
They're doing great work. I
doing
love
great work.
Ethan,
Yeah.
Malley, and Taylor. They're amazing at what they do. Except Taylor, I don't know why he chose Alabama. Damn it.
They're are very enthusiastic about cutting sounds for the club, but the club is only about 3 minutes.
Need him to be funnier.
Yeah, they need to be funnier. But we don't use that many. It's very quick. So
It's not just any sound heard on the show.
Yeah,
it's the funny ones.
The ones that we take, they don't take.
No, they do a great job.
They do. No, and we hear them, and we're all out
Not
there.
as good as
we're
I
all
used to do though when I gathered them.
Let's just grab these and we'll throw them in a Slack. So a lot of the ones we don't use. And
love you, Mally.
Some of them are good. It's just we just don't have time.
Yeah.
So I take those and I make a little rave with them. Last week I debuted the first one. A lot of people liked it. The video component was good. Oh, look, you're excited for it. I love
excited.
it.
I mean, I don't have to do anything.
Last week was the first one, right?
Just react.
Last week,
2 weeks ago.
Last week was the first one.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yes.
Okay, but I was here for that.
You were here for that one, yeah.
Yeah.
At least it's not
amazing.
confusing the timeline of all
Yeah,
this.
it's all
Correct.
fine.
Well, because I wasn't here last week. Otherwise, but I had it ready last week.
Today's Friday.
I'm already working on the third one. Yeah. So here is number 2 of our Mystery Crate race.
Wow.
I couldn't find the hole.
If they build it, shit.
I care more about Matthew Kachuk than I do my daughter.
Asshole.
And you know it.
Look at Thomas. What a great guy.
It's extremely big.
Big crowd.
This is ridiculous!
That whole rant was great.
There's an old-timey baseball player here, Rob. All right, we have made it from Amber and Beck Arena.
Hammered. I love the cock.
It's better than dick. 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 Dick.
Like a tag team, not a gangbang.
You see, that kind of response scares me.
What was that?
Well done.
Very good, very good.
That was
Bravo.
presumed innocent district attorney.
Yeah, I knew his exact
Whatever his
name,
name
but or
was.
whatever. But I put that one in there just for Tony.
Pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Look at this
So
guy.
that's the Mystery Crate rave.
I like
Chris.
that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do them every other week because they take more work than I like to admit. Yeah. If we have the sounds.
Right.
Again, but the guys over there are doing great jobs.
Great
Good
job,
work
the
out of
guys
them.
Sounds.
Even better dancers than they are sound gatherers.
Speaking of dancers,
Are we human or are we dancers?
Hey, nice one.
Thank you.
can we be both?
Big time white guy reference.
Your dad's party's coming up.
Yep.
You gonna cut it up on the dance floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, probably not. You know, I'm honestly panicking. You know what I'm honestly panicking
I
about
love
with
that.
What's that?
Is
are you
my
wearing?
dad wants like speeches.
Oh, boy.
So like me and my brother right now are like,
Tag team on a speech?
yeah, probably just because because my mom is like, you guys really need to do something. Like your dad really, he wants you two specifically. It's just
So
like,
that means that you're going to be doing more of the speech and then your brother's
Right,
going to
I
be
mean-
kind of like sidekicking?
we're gonna maybe do like an SNL weekend update on my dad.
You should have Yeti do it.
Yeah,
Just have him give the speech for
nothing
you.
gives off comedy like Yeti.
Hey.
If I needed a parody song written about my dad, then I would call Yeti. Okay,
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, man.
Catching a
Yeah,
string.
man, goodness.
Yeti knows he's not that funny.
Wow.
Wow, strengths.
Wow.
Whoa.
I feel like that was a little bit of Trump and Biden together.
He's not that funny, man.
But why do we have to do the
nasally.
robot
I
hands
know.
every time we do
Listen,
it?
Joe
man,
Biden gets
that is
these.
what that is.
It's
like
how
what
you
I-
channel it.
What are you talking about? Honestly, what I'm channeling there is Shane Gillis,
Yeah.
the Roomba.
Yeah.
That is like his
Yeah.
like, you know, after a speech he's just like what are you talking about?
So
Which way do I exit? Stage right or stage left?
the party.
The party.
Are you excited or are you more nervous because of the speech?
No, I'm
because
not
of-
nervous. Me
What are
and my
you
brother.
wearing?
What am I wearing? You know, like that part I don't even
Is
think
it like a
about.
Michael Rubin all white party kind of thing?
No.
Everybody's gonna be in linen.
I got my linen picked out. It's gonna be hot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What,
it's gonna be hot
What
as
is the
hell.
dress
I'm
code?
TBD still. I don't know if
That's
I'm
it. Okay. Okay.
Did we talk about this on this show? Did we ever talk about it on
I
air?
have no idea what you guys are talking about.
This guy.
No, don't do that to me.
All right, we don't have a lot of time here, so I'm going to just get to it quick. Tony responded. He responded.
pretty good
Basically,
response.
we were getting down to the time of like, I need to know by this date. So I texted the people that hadn't responded, hey, let me know if you guys are going or RSVP. Just we got to get this. And Tony hit me with like such a nice response of like, dude, thank you so much for the invite. Like, we really appreciate it.
Tell your family I say thank you.
Tell your family I said thank you, but it's going to be a no for us right now.
It's gonna be a no.
A no for us.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Implying that there's no plans, no reason why they can't make it. It's just the
That's
vibes right now.
amazing.
It's just a no, and it might change.
Once you let me know if it's a like all white party or a linen party, vibes get up. All right, I'll be there.
It's a no for us right now.
That's funny.
Is what he hit me with.
It's a no for us.
I should have, upon second thought, I should have reworded the last sentence a little bit better.
No for us.
I didn't want.
It just implies no other plans.
No,
just
that's
not.
I just don't feel like going.
Like,
no, that's not what it is.
I know that's not how. And he has a wife who's pregnant, so like it is perfectly acceptable for it just to be a no for them right now. But it was just, and I think I responded to him. I'm like, your wife's pregnant. This is an acceptable response.
Yeah,
if your wife wasn't pregnant, this would be a
roasted.
rude response just because it seems like, nah, it's just a no.
No,
It's just a no for us.
So here's
just a no.
Here's the deal.
I don't feel like it.
Here's the deal. Okay?
Saturday. You know.
We had plans prior to the invitation.
Right.
Right. The thing is, we don't even know if we're doing those plans anymore because of the fact that we are waiting to see how Jenny feels.
Right.
Towards the weekend of, which is not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah.
Correct? So we had been invited to go somewhere out of town, and we were like, look, we have everything in case we're ready. We have the hotel room, we have whatever ready, but if Jenny doesn't feel good the week of
It's a no for you guys right now.
It's a no. It's a no.
Right.
But I wanted it to be nicer than, no, we're not going.
Right.
More so like, thank you so much.
Right.
The family, we appreciate it.
I
Like,
think
oh
the
my
way
God.
you should have phrased it is we're not going to be able to make it. Like, right? That's, I feel like we're just,
that
we're
would have
not,
been better.
We're not going to be like, we appreciate it. We're just not going to be.
No,
we
that,
can't.
you know what?
This
You know what?
is an argument that Cody has with his wife. It's semantics. It's like verbal semantics. That's all it is.
But here's
It's the
my
same
life.
shit.
Nah,
Exactly.
but there's an approach.
No,
It's
here's
just
the
a
thing.
funny response.
It is.
No, it was a great
just
response.
sounded funny.
The issue was, I just realized that I just realized what happened. The issue was, as I was writing the response, it was the first game of the NFL season.
So you're not even paying attention.
Xavier Worthy had just run on an end around for a touchdown, and I was like, oh my God, incredible. So I was texting and then watching the game at the same time, and then
You know what? It's Xavier Worthy's fault. It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
and that's why
Channeled Randy Jackson.
in the text I said, wow, Xavier Worthy's good.
I could say that your message was worthy of a response.
Thank you.
It was.
Let me see exactly what happened.
he doesn't get any shit for that?
That was terrible.
No,
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
It's unbelievable, this place.
Yeah.
Well, it's been real, everyone.
Hold on. I'm
No,
looking. I'm
on-
gonna find
You're
it.
looking for the all right, we'll
We
wait
gotta
until
filibuster.
We have to
we can get
filibuster.
to
Yeah,
the
we have to
text.
filibuster.
We are about to head out though. Yeah, anything to promote?
Just the Greg Cote Show.
Greg Cody Show, Jeremy.
Actually, yeah. Miami mic'd up. I have Mike Golick Jr. on this week. We talked about a lot of college football stuff. The Canes, the Gators, UCF.
Is he buying the hype to you?
Look, here's what I'll say. I asked him what the expectation should be and what would be a disappointment. I laid out the potential of an undefeated season, conference championship, and he said basically anything short of the playoff. Now that you recalibrate, if they don't make the playoff, if they don't win the ACC, it would be a major
Did you ask him
disappointment.
about UCF?
Of course I did. You know, quick stat of the day for you
is one
before
that I found.
Tony
I don't
gets
know if this is right. Hold on.
Top 3 out of the
Is that the
top
right
4
one?
rushing teams.
Whoa.
3 out of the top 4 rushing teams in college football. All named the Knights. Army Knights,
Army Knights for sure.
Rutgers Scarlet Knights, UCF Knights.
Fun fact.
It's a fun one.
Goodbye, everyone.
UFC 306. The MMA Hangout Boys will be at Casa Tiki in Little Havana if you want to come through and kick it. We'll be doing that.
Okay, goodbye.
See ya.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get Biden.
Oh, come on.
See you later, man.